Today I was really in the mood for lasagna. Of course you can have pasta on a keto diet, but there's a lot of different options for what you can do instead of that. And today I'm going to make a super easy lasagna based on eggplants. So normally I would make a meat sauce from scratch, but I'm out of a lot of items that I need to make it. So I'm going to make it super easy for myself. I'm just going to cook up some ground beef and add a ready-made sauce that I have in a jar. If you want to, you can make your own meat sauce. You would just add crushed tomatoes and whatever you want in it, and whatever recipe you prefer. And then we're gonna make a cheese sauce, and we're gonna make it very easy on ourselves. So I'm gonna show you right now what you need. Alright, so first thing we need is our pasta. In this case, it's eggplant or aubergine, depending on where you live in the world. We're gonna be slicing it very thin, and then you wanna put it on some kitchen paper and put a little bit of salt over it to pull out some of the moisture, and then you could just wipe it off with some more kitchen paper, and that's going to be our pasta. Normally I think you could do with just one. These were quite small, so I got two just to be on the safe side. And then we're going to make a meat sauce. I have some ground beef. This is 1 pound of ground beef, or half a kilo, and instead of making my own sauce, I'm going to use this jarred sauce. This one is very similar to Rayo's brand, has good macros, no added sugar. So if you do go the same route I'm doing and using a jarred sauce for convenience, make sure your sauce has very clean ingredients is like this, no added sugar. The macros in this is for half a cup, you're looking at 5 net carbs, which is the sugar from the tomatoes, and that is quite acceptable, and this particular brand is super delicious as well. We're going to use 1 cup of heavy whipping cream, 2 deciliters, 1 cup of mascarpone. The original recipe has creme fraiche, but since that's kind of hard to find, I use mascarpone. Creme fraiche is the French version, and mascarpone is the Italian version. Not that much of a difference when it comes to the taste or the creaminess. And then we're going to need 2 cups or 4 deciliters of shredded Italian cheese of some kind. We're going to be using 1 cup or 2 deciliters in the sauce, and then another cup on top of our lasagna. So the first thing we're going to do now is cook up our beef. After the beef is cooked through, I'm going to go ahead and add about half the jar of the tomato sauce. And this sauce is great to use on fathead pizza. That's a tomato sauce. So my suggestion, if you're not going to use the other half, put it in a Ziploc bag and store it in the freezer until you're making pizza or something similar. So we're going to let this simmer a little bit. I have cut thin slices of the aubergine, placed it on some kitchen paper, and put a little bit of salt on it to draw out some of the liquid inside. And while that is going, we're going to make our cheese sauce. In our bowl, I've added our mascarpone. It's 8 ounces or 226 grams. Then we're going to add 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. Then we want to add half of our cheese, 1 cup, and mix it all together. Mascarpone is quite thick. If you can find creme fraiche, that would be easier to use. It's a little bit looser in consistency. Trader Joe's usually have it. I think Whole Foods, a lot of fancier stores, but most grocery stores probably won't have creme fraiche, but they will have mascarpone, so that's why I'm using that instead. So you're going to look for the consistency of a thick sauce like this. Alright, so that's done. Now we're going to wipe off our eggplant slices and the excess. You can see here some of the moisture has been drawn out already from the salt. In our lasagna pan, we're going to add just about half of our meat sauce mixture. After you have your thin layer of meat sauce, you're going to add your eggplant slices over it. You can do as many layers as you prefer. I'm just going to do the 1 layer today. And over our eggplant, we want to add our cheese sauce. Alright, we got 1 nice thick layer of our cheese sauce, and now we're going to add the remainder of our meat sauce on top. After your meat sauce, you want to add the 2nd cup of cheese on top. So after you add your cheese, you want to put the lasagna in an oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 200 degrees Celsius that you have preheated, and you want to put it in for about 30 minutes until the cheese is golden, and that will give your eggplant enough time to cook through. Alright, our lasagna just came out of the oven looking pretty good, and it smells delicious. I hope you're going to enjoy it too.